scheduling time stream on this Thursday because I so happen to have the day off, and I do want to do a little bit of work on something. Did I click on everything? I think, ooh, it's already live. Look at that. Activate, thank you. Let's switch that to live chat. Press the button. Now let's, okay, well I heard the beep and I see something, but that doesn't mean it's working. Let's say test one. Now, I don't know why this thing suddenly, it's weird. This thing is strange because sometimes it decides to work and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, I thought that was gonna, oh, I hit the wrong thing. What I need is, oh, I have to click the button. Oh, that's fine, I'm not worried about that. All you're seeing is what I'm doing. So, what is this thing called? Oh, social stream, SOC. See, why is, oh, there it is. Is that it? It might be, but I doubt it. Let's try item one. Oh, I gotta do another test. I just don't know why things can't consistently work. You know what I mean? It's sort of strange. There it is. Got it. Okay, done. Good. All right. Well, you know what? No, this is good. So, where is that file? There it is. Okay, we're ready to go. I'm not waiting around today. I'm really not. You know, we're just gonna get to it here. I'm gonna get a sip of water though while that plays. So hold on a minute. Ah, delicious. Okay, perfect. So what we're gonna be working on today. Oh, I'm gonna move my keyboard though. What I'm working on today. Okay, I can zoom out a little bit. I got a request for a magic card commission from someone. And this person had a specific request for it. They wanted a character from Destiny 2, I think. A character called, I don't remember the first name, the Witch Queen, I think. And I said, all right, well, let me look at the character. And, oh, yeah, okay, this is a now, I mean, I really went very intricate with this. I don't know that all this is necessarily going to make it onto the card because don't forget the card is roughly that big. So will all those tiny little lines make it on there? Probably not. But what I want to do today, particularly, is I do want to get the background kind of figured out. And I just realized something when okay, hold on. Unbelievable. Hold on. Let me look at that. I mean, I can do this very quickly, but of course I should have done this ahead of time. So this is a 5x7. All right, hold on. In the background, you're not going to see this. I just can't believe it. I can't believe sometimes what I do and don't do. What is the line weight of these? Let me look really quick. Just check what my line weight is. Oh, that's the mask. I don't want the mask. Undo that. Undo that. Thank you. Let me go here and turn this on for a minute. Why am I not seeing that? Did it do that again? It did. Hello? There we go. Oh, because it went to white. Okay, that's too thick. So hold on, let me try this one. That's too thin. So let's go to, say, 5. It's not 5. Let's go to 10. I'm betting it's 10. 10's okay, so that's 10 pixels. Okay. So hold on, I don't need this layer anymore. In Photoshop, I need to create very quickly in the background. I'm going to make a inches at 300. Hold on, because that's what this is. I need to make this, it is 5 wide by, why does it keep switching to pixels? Why is Photoshop trying to be smarter than me now? I don't know why, this is a new behavior with Photoshop. I don't know why it's doing this, why it's like jumping. It should not be doing that. I know what I'm trying to make, Photoshop. I've used this product for longer than a long time. I was about to say longer than you've been around, but I'm talking to Photoshop. Also, it's disturbing I'm talking to Photoshop, but that's a separate thing. All right, so I need 1547 Foxtrot Delta. So 1547, I want to match the colors. 1547 Foxtrot Delta. There it is, blue. And I need to make a rectangle. All right, and I need that rectangle to be stroked as blue at, where's the weight of this? Okay, there it is. So what did I say, 10? Yeah, okay. I need it to be equidistant. So let's say 1500. What's 1500? Oh no, that's too much. Let's try 1450. I think that's a little too small. Oh no, that might be okay. No, that might be good. By, let's see, I'm going to say 2050. This is pixels, obviously, not inches. I say obviously. It's pixels, not inches. I shouldn't say obviously, assuming that you can't see my screen. So we need to round the corners. Hold on. I'm going to round the corners pretty well. Ooh, that's not bad. I don't mind that, but let's go to 100 and see what that looks like. Yeah, I think I like 100. All right, so now we need to drop the background out. I need to export this, save as a PNG file, save a copy, I guess. I don't know. There's another thing. That's a setting. Actually, I shouldn't say it. I know what that is. That's a setting. So that's going to be a PNG file. That's going to be our frame or our background stone relief. Let me see here. Okay, so now I have to... Let me turn the Be Right Back screen on for a minute just so I can do a quick airdrop to this thing in the background here. So let me turn airdrop on. Sure. And we need to do a share via airdrop to the iPad. Or, yeah, iPad. Jeez. Yes, it's the iPad. There it is. Okay, so now I need to open, or actually I can just save it. All right, so then I come back here and I say add, insert photo of that. Ah, perfection. Okay. So now let me turn the Be Right Back. Let me disable AirPlay. All right. And turn Be Right Back off. And now, as you can see, the frame I made very quickly is now present. Ooh, hold on. I want to make sure that's not too large for what we're doing here. Oh, it's just the right size. Is this the whole thing? You know what? I may need to make this slightly smaller to make sure that I don't... that's cutting it really close. Hold on. I don't know if I'm cutting that too close on those edges. It's a risk. It's just really close, and with the pens, I'm concerned it's going to be too close. So let's go ahead and group all this together. I don't need the white back layer because I've moved that layer up. So now we're going to group these together so that I can just adjust them just slightly. I just need a little bit more room. Yeah, see, something like that. And move this down. I just want to make sure I have enough cushion so that I don't have to worry about the pen edges. I mean, I'm still going to have to worry about them, but this is a lot more manageable. Okay. Okay. So the background is not going to just be those radiating lines. I want to actually have it where it's like pieces of stone. I don't entirely know how I'm going to accomplish that, but I'm going to try. I really don't. But I'm going to give it a shot, and we'll just see. So I'm actually going to replicate this and just mute that out. And then in here, okay. All right, let me clean these edges up. Wait, okay, let me make sure. Now, I did reboot my system after the last stream because Reflector was being weird. As of, oh, I forgot to ask that question. I meant to, hold on a minute. I meant to actually, I bet you I missed it too. I guarantee I missed it. When is iOS Today air? When is it? Thursdays, right? Thursday. I knew it. I missed it already. I meant to ask that question. Well, I will send that question to the hosts of iOS Today. I want to see what their opinion on trying to... You know, I have not found any evidence that you can do the type of mirroring I'm doing natively in iPad OS and Mac OS. At least not yet, but I don't know if that is accurate or if I just don't know what I'm doing. We know I don't know what I'm doing. So that's a given. Now, I'm going to see how large I want these. I want these stone parts to be pretty big. And then I am going to need, so hold on, let's bring this in. Let's get rid of the mask because I don't really care right now. See, I want to have a small gap between these. That might actually be perfect right there. Okay, yeah. You know what? I should have left the mask on. I don't know why I took the mask off. The mask doesn't affect anything. Wait. Oh, hold on. The mask is gone. All right, now, mask is there? Yes. Now, the mask, I believe, will rotate with it, right? I think it does. Doesn't it? Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, so we're good. All right, so there's where I want it to be. Okay. More or less. I can actually expand this. It doesn't really matter because this is not as vitally important. So that's going to be the gap. All right, so let's fade that down a little bit so I just know what I'm actually looking at. So this... Wait, am I on the right thing? There. Wait, why is it not going away? Wait a second. Oh, I know what I did. I did that completely backwards. Yep. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. I was on the wrong thing and erased the wrong thing. So let's just do a slight change on that. Okay. That's fine. Now, on here, this layer, I need to, there we go. Erase the lines that I've already taken out. There we go. Perfect. So, now we're going to fade this down so I know where these are gap lines. This, I want to see, actually, you know what? I should duplicate this in case I make a huge error and want to go back. So, all right. So that's the gap for that, which means we'll have this be a stone. That's going to be a gap. So then this will be a large... Oh, the assist is on. Turn the assist off. I don't need the assist for... Oh, wow, I already did it. Hold on. Jeez. Okay, hold on. I have to... Did I erase that over there too? Okay, we got to go back to where I... Unbelievable. Before I did anything. Let's keep going back. All right, that's okay. That's the erasing of the edges. All right, now I'm where I need to be. So on this, I'm going to turn the assist off. I'm going to duplicate it. Turn those off. Go here. Fade this down. Turn the assist off on this as well. Now, alter that just enough to give myself a gap. There we go. Perfect. More or less. Turn that off. Go here. All right. Assist is off. Yes. Start erasing. It's going to be a big stone piece. Gap. Small stone piece. Gap. Let's see. Hold on. I want to see what this is. Okay. So on this one, this all comes out. This all comes out. That stays. At least there. This all comes out. That's okay. This isn't necessary. That's the gap. I'm not even going to worry about the gaps being symmetrical because honestly, they don't need to be. The figure itself, this witch queen, is in fact symmetrical, so I don't need, I'm losing my words. I don't need the lines, the stone lines, or what I'll call them. Those do not need to be symmetrical because I actually want them to be somewhat out of whatever. Okay, so this can come out of here. It doesn't need to intersect the figure. There's no reason I can't erase the lines that are inside the actual witch queen because the stone will not reach into the figure, only outside. So that's an easy thing to erase, just to get things, edges and everything else cleaned up. All right, okay. All right. That looks good. Okay, I think we're good there. So now let's go back to the main one, this one here. You can still see everything? Yes, good. Okay, so now I'm on the stone layer. Stone layer. Small stone. I want another big stone. That's the big stone. That's a gap. Small stone. Gap. Small stone. Gap. Big stone. That's pretty big. Gap. Small stone. Gap. Big stone. Very big stone. Okay. gap, small stone, gap, large stone, gap, small stone, well, small stone, gap, large stone, hold on, good, actually pretty big, very large, actually no, it doesn't need to be that large, that's good, small stone, gap, small stone, gap, large stone, larger stone, okay, gap, and then this will be the small stone. Yeah, okay. No, that's good. That's fairly staggered. Okay, so now we go here. This will start to make sense in a minute. I know me saying that and doing that probably doesn't make much sense, but it will in a second, so hold on. Okay, 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 okay. Get rid of that. So you'll start to see in a second what I'm talking about as far as what I'm aiming for. Okay, okay, okay. So each of these, I can bring this up now. Each of these is a stone segment. And see, I don't want them all to be equal. I want them to have some irregularity. Now, what I'm going to do is in here, on both of these, I guess, because that one I didn't erase it either. Oh yeah, because I reverted all the way back. I forgot, so I'm going to just clean these edges up a bit. But essentially, okay, let's go here. All right, okay. Let's go ahead and get our, now that is a little bit, well, you know what? What do I care? It's okay. Ooh, okay, not that far. This is the gap layer, right? Yes, it is. In fact, I really don't need the mask on this because, you know, I can just erase this layer. It's okay. Like that. It's fine. Is that that? Yeah, it is. Just make sure it's not. I mean, this is not going to really matter. This is a template more than anything. So it's not a huge deal if I actually have some overlapping lines because this is going to get erased anyway. This is just going to be what I print out as the what do you call it? The stencil, essentially, for the, and not all, I'm not going to trace every bit of this. I'm going to trace the big parts of it, and then all the inside stuff I do by hand, because it will not have this much, it is impossible, well, it's impossible for me to get this level of detail into the finished thing. I would have to work in it would be so small, it would take me forever, and I really don't think I could even do it. You know, there are people who can work at that small scale. Good for them. I ain't one of them. This is how I can work. So I think I will keep, oh, that's an interesting question. Do I want the interior halo to also be stones? I think maybe I do, but those will be equidistant stones. So I think those are going to be an exception. Where, wait a minute, is that line? Hold on, make sure that line. I know, that's this. Okay, just checking. Just making sure I'm doing the right stuff. Okay, so in here, we're going to go ahead and fill, and these will be gaps. And so you'll see I'm going to break up the outside of it so it's not all just linked together like this. I'll soften those edges too. Even though I really could probably just leave them as is. I could probably leave them as is. And then just do the whole thing on the exterior in black. That would be interesting, actually. Wouldn't be bad. What is this? Why is this not this? I thought I erased that. I guess I didn't. Okay. Sorry. My mistake. My mistake, image. I apologize. Because if the whole thing on the background is black, then that won't be as big a deal. That's an interesting idea. Yeah. Anyway. And the client had requested me doing like blue UV coloring for the eyes, but I don't think there's any way for me to do that with the markers I use. So instead, I'm going to attempt something. I'm going to try it out on the card first to make sure it'll work. I know I can do the metallic effect on the eyes so that there's at least something interesting about them. but I may try to do a tinted metallic, and I don't know if that's going to work. I really don't. It may not like me doing that at all. I don't know if the ink is just going to slide over itself or what. So I will test that before I get anywhere near doing it on here, because I have a feeling it's not going to work. But I'll give it a try, because you know what? Maybe it will. And if it does, hey, great. Just as a bit of a preview, I watched Iron Angels 2 just a few minutes ago. Great movie from 1988. I believe it is classified as a Hong Kong action film. It's really a combination film of very kind of John Wick, Rambo style gunfighting, or gunplay, perhaps would be a better term, and intense martial arts, along with some truly impressive stunt work. Stunt work where, because this is 1988, so you don't have green screen, you don't have a lot of the stuff that we're used to now that would cover up the danger that these people are in. And oh boy, are they in danger? Let me tell you. Oh, you know what I realized? I shouldn't have gotten rid of that. It doesn't matter. I'll do this. I'll do this. Film. There we go. Just so you can see what I'm talking about. So let's do this. And let's get that big paint eraser. And this time I will turn symmetry on, because let's max that thing out. Whoa, look at that. Look at the size of that eraser. Oh, man. Oh, Wilbur. Boy, does anybody even get that reference anymore? You would have to be a certain amount of years to even know what Oh, Wilbur means. I mean, that was old when I was young. To even expect anybody to really get that now. Oh. You would have to have watched a lot of Nick at Night. You may not even know what that is. So, if you don't get it, that's fine. I will not say what it is for those who do get it, to feel just for a moment like somebody remembers things they remember. And if you don't get the reference, trust me, you don't care. It's not for anything that's really all that worth seeing. But anyway, that was a massive paint eraser I had just there. And this is just so you can see, once I turn the opacity back up to full, what I'm talking about as far as, okay, here we go. So you'll see what I mean about it won't be as big a deal. See that? So now those edges don't matter, but boy, I don't like how sharp they are. So I think I'm gonna have to soften the edges, everybody. Not a big deal. I can do it. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna turn the background off for a minute. And I'm just gonna create a circle. Just going to go real easy with this. Create a circle. And sort of figure out where the edge is of this. Like that. Okay. And I'm going to duplicate that circle. And then turn that off. This circle has to move just a bit. Like that. Now, here's the trick. Do that. And whoa, I'm still on that paintbrush. Hold on. There we are. Just round it like that. Oh, I forgot I got to do it on both sides. Whoops. Yeah. What am I thinking? That's got to be a two-part. Okay, hold on. Because it's got to go on both sides. Yep. Things have to be planned. Sorry about the AC in the background. Because you're probably, oh no, it can't go there. It has to go, hold on. It has to round like this. So basically, there. Right? Hold on. Yeah, no, that's right. I had it right. Okay, well, we'll see. We're going to see if I had it right in a second. So now, Let's see how this works. So I erase that, all right? Then this, not that. Where's the big, okay. I'm gonna put a mask on this thing. Same pen. Do that. Kind of round that, round that. I have no idea if this is actually gonna be practically effective or not, but we'll see. Go to the mask on that, mask you out. Go to this, erase you. Right? Hold on. I have to look. I have to look and check on what I'm doing. See, this is the tricky bit. It's getting this to look right. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to, you know, it does have to make some sense. Now, okay. Now I have to go to the actual circle and get rid of the parts that we don't need. Like that. Okay, and like this. And then you'll start to see what I'm talking about if you don't already. Other circle. Go here, get rid of that. Because this is all contained in there, so there's really not much to be done there. And now, if I max it, you see how the... Ugh. Huh. Yeah, I'm starting to see the problem here. Oh, wait. Ooh, wait. Maybe not. I may be overthinking this. Oh, I don't like how that looks. You know what? This is a case where I am being way... Actually, hold on. Let's just go all the way back. Let's go back before I did the circles. I'm way over doing this. I really am. I'm just going insane for no reason on this. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get rid of the circles. There. Okay. There are times where I am over engineering things, and this is absolutely a case where I'm doing that. So all I gotta do. This does not have to be perfect. It just has to look like it's rounded. Look, there. I got circle and all that stuff to do that. It's really not necessary. I can just kind of round it by hand. Because honestly, I mean, stone pieces would not be perfectly round anyway. I tell you. I mean, there's times where that kind of precision is a good thing. But it's not always necessary, and I don't think this is a case where it's necessary. But my instinct is to do that, and it's not, you're not going to be able to see that on a hand-drawn image. Like when I'm drawing this, you're never going to see that. You're not going to be able to tell that I did a perfect circle on something. It's just not going to be visible. And there's an argument it shouldn't be perfect because you're supposed to be like old worn tablets or something. So if that's the case, they wouldn't be perfect. They would, you know, have a little bit of irregularity. See, I like that better already. Yeah, and then I'm going to do like an internal bit to them where they're kind of, I don't know how to explain what I'm going to do, but you'll see it. That I'm my own worst enemy sometimes there. Wait, oh, it froze. Okay, hold on. It froze. So let me see if this works. I'm going to stop mirroring. Now hold on. Let me do this. All right, now I'm going to try to do a mirror again. See if it comes back. If this crashes again, I just rebooted this machine, so I don't know what's hanging. Yeah, it's stuck again. I do not understand what this thing is doing. You know what? Let me try something. I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to try something, though. I'm going to try that. Okay, now, is there a way to get out of full screen? Now, see, that's the problem. The problem is there is a way to do a... Whoa. Why is this still here? Oh, wow, look at that. You know, I'm going to let this sit for a minute. I want to see if this catches itself up. So hold on a minute. Let me just see. I'm just curious. The problem is, as far as I'm aware, you I'm going to search on this in the background while I'm waiting to see if this thing unfreezes itself. There is no way... there is no way to mirror iPad to Mac OS not in full screen. Let's see. Yeah, see, you can go the other way. On Mac in separate. Oh, here. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe somebody's got a way to do it. Hold on. On your Mac, if you can. Okay, yeah. Up until now, okay. Only supports receiving full screen. Yeah, Reflector 4 is my favorite third-party app. Yeah, I would love to be using it, but it keeps locking up. Zoom to share. Really? Huh. Hold on a minute. LetsView is another one you can try. All right, I'll try it. How to mirror your screen. Free screen mirroring app. You know what? I'll try it. If it works better, go to the App Store. Open App Store. Yeah, okay. Watch, I'm going to have to put in my password, which means I'm going to have to type all my stuff in. Install. Hold on, I have to log in. First world problems. Mind yourself, these are first world problems. Okay. Hold on, I'm going to type carefully here. Because I often make mistakes. All right, that's I got my password typed in correctly, so that's a miracle on its own because of the amount of characters it is. And then I got to put in my two-factor authentication. Safety first, kids. All right, there we go. So now, all right, copy, go to the App Store, paste, sign in. All right, installing. I don't think this is going to hammer the stream or anything, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to try it. I mean, if it works, I'll be thrilled. I mean, it does not have a great rating. Oh, wow. So apparently... What? Yeah, maybe this isn't that good. I'm reading some of the reviews now, and they don't... Let me go by the most recent. Let's see what this says. Wow. Oh, man. Works perfectly. I don't know if these are real reviews. This seems like maybe this is not. You know what? I mean, it's a Mac Store app, so we'll see. At least I know it's not a virus. But, well, actually, I don't know that. No, I don't think you need my location, though. I don't think you need that either. To connect, scan. Oh, my God. You have to have it like this. Wait, but this is the app. What is it talking about? You know what? Download the app. I already have the app. The mobile app. I see what it's saying. Okay. You know what? Yeah, close everything. Yeah, well, we'll need to see that, but so go ahead and see. Yes. Oh my God, the amount of stuff you have to do. What a great stream. Sure, quit and reopen. I'm not even using it yet. Meanwhile, Reflector's still got a beach ball. Is required to bypass system window picker and directly access. That's fine, because if it doesn't work, I'm going to be uninstalling it in about 2 minutes anyway, so... Go ahead. Okay. Alright. Now, on the iPad, I guess I have to get the app, which means I'm going to have to type my friggin' password again. Okay, hold on. I don't need to know what's new in the App Store. All this to just try to share my screen, which used to work with Reflector with no problem, and now the last two... And I've rebooted my system. I did a full reboot. Oh, wait, let me see. Hold on a minute. No, that's not... God, the amount of screen mirroring things there are, but I don't know that I trust any of these. I mean, these could all be junk. This one could be junk. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's already in the... All right, so I don't have to type my password again then. Type my password in again. All right, so devices... Yeah, that's okay. I don't care. All right, so here we go. So it says, to connect, scan. Got it. All right, so there's the QR code. So I guess I have to hit this. Oh, AirPlay. Or no, try this QR code. Well, where's the QR? Where do I add that? Is it this? QR code. To connect, scan with the mobile app. No, I'm in the mobile. Oh, I have to scan it. Got it. That's fine. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Scanning. Yes, that's fine. Am I supposed to hit that? Start. Sure. Let's see if it even works. Oh, yeah, it does. Look at that. Well, hold on, does it? Yeah, it does. Huh. Okay. Well, you know what? We're going to try it. Wait, did hold on a second. Did just this second... No, reflector is still screwed. All right, so we're going to go ahead and force quit that because you're not working. All right, so I got to add this in now. Hold on. Because I now need to add this in as a source. So add... I guess it would be, hold on, app. Isn't it app capture or is it window capture? I think it's window capture. A specific window. Yes, add source. This would be, reflector doesn't work. I'm not doing reflector. Where's, add new source. This would be called LetsView. Or I guess it's LetsView all together on this thing. That does, who cares? Oh, it went away. Hold on. Yeah, it went away. Add, window, add, new, LetsView. I think this is actually possibly going to work. Well, I'll tell you in a minute. If it's in the list, it'll work. Oh, wait. Here it is. Okay. All right, it's way too big, but I can do a transform fit to screen. All right, well, I think it's working. Okay, yeah, you can see it. All right, so it's working. So I just need to move it. Oh, somebody's saying it's working. Hey, chill mode, how's it going? Oh, I'm just, I managed to, well, I sort of. All right, why is it still showing? Wait a minute. Why is it showing? Oh, because reflector is gone though. Why does it even show the reflect? Hold on a minute. Okay, that's not right. So it's still got the frozen reflector thing. Let me just get rid of that. Sorry, couldn't figure out what was happening there. There we go. Well, I was having technical issues, but it seems like maybe I've got it figured out. Okay, because this seems to be working. It's a little wonky, but we'll try it if it works. Okay. Well, good timing. You got here just as I got my streaming or my screen mirroring to work again. So, happy Thursday. It is Thursday, right? Yeah, it is Thursday. Got so what do you call it? Messed up. I am working on a card, a magic card artist proof. You know what? I'm going to switch. Actually, no, it's fine. The volume's okay. I mean, you're hearing the beat, but what do I care? This is a magic card where the requester wants me to do a drawing of the Witch Queen from Destiny 2. I'll admit I don't know who this is, but the character's neat looking. So I don't really care that I don't know. But anyway, that's what I'm working on. So yeah, I'm just getting the background fleshed out here, which is going to be these stone tablets. So, yeah. No, it does. You're right. It does. Well, you know what? I mean, honestly, a lot of times where I see creature design, I think, yeah, that could be a tool cover. It's true. Well, one thing that you do find is it's actually interesting to go and look through, particularly like heavy metal and like prog rock covers from the 70s and 80s, because there's a lot of stuff on there that is kind of that style of thing. Yeah, I mean, I've always heard it's good. I'm sure it is. But I never really bothered to try it. I think because at first, I don't think I ever did. This is, hold on, I gotta do it from this side. I'm making this too sharp. Or not sharp enough, I should say. I think every time it was kind of around, I always had something else to play. I think that's the real reason for it. Alex Gray. Alex Gray. Who's Alex Gray? Hold on. Is that the artist? Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. I know I should know artist names off the top of my head, but... An American... Ooh, yeah, okay. Alex Gray. Oh, wow, yeah, look at that. Man. Man, you're not kidding. Look at this. Whoa. Man, this reminds me of another guy. Who does this remind me of? Who does this remind me of? There's another artist who's very similar to this. Oh, man. What was his name? It's Joe something. Ironically, I can't remember. I actually went to one of the exhibits of this guy's art, and it was really trippy stuff like this. Yeah. God, what was that guy's name? Was it Joe Campbell? Hold on. I know he did like a... I think it was Joe Campbell might be the author I'm thinking of. Joe Campbell, Manson. He did an image of Manson. I remember that. Is it that guy? Coleman. That's it. I found it because of the Manson art thing. Joe Coleman. Look up Joe Coleman's art. It's something. It's kind of like this. Yeah. There he is. Is that him? Hold on. Yes. Yeah. This guy. This guy is something. Look him up. Yeah, Joe Coleman. Yeah, I went to the art exhibit where they had these actually, where you know, the actual physical paintings like the originals. Man, being in a whole room of this stuff, it does something to you, let me tell you. You know what, I do realize there is a limitation on this app. It looks like it's... Oh, yeah. Okay, here's the paid thing. Uh-huh. Interesting. Oh, I mean, $30 a year if it works. I may try it. $30 isn't bad. What is it? Oh, wow. Boy, they really try to railroad you on this thing. Yeah, they want you to either pay $30 for a year, annual, which I'm sure has a renewal built in, or $8 a month, which would be, I mean, it's over twice the amount, I'll tell you. It don't never end with these things. Well, you know what? I probably will give this a try. So far, it's holding... Wait, is it? Hold on. Did this lock up now, too? Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's similar. It's similar with, like, the line work and the way that it's kind of surrealist. Or not surrealist, but not real. Unrealistic. Yeah, I may try this for $30. I may take a chance on this. You know, $30 a year if it actually functions as a good backup to Reflector. I have to look up some of the features on it, but it's holding up. So far, it's doing better than Reflector did, which crashed. So I always say you have to have an alternate way to do things, a backup. And if this for $30 a year is functional, I don't like that, then I'm okay with that. Yeah, it is similar. I know. That's why I thought of him right away when you sent that. There is a similarity there. Yeah, whereas I think Coleman does, he tends to tackle a little bit more disturbing of material. Like, I think he's got one image that's Jane Mansfield after the car crash that killed her, which is disturbing. I mean, it's not entirely a gore fest or anything, but it's definitely a specific kind of feel. I'll say it like that. As I said, being in a room with that work was interesting because you do kind of, I don't want to say it's haunted because I don't believe in that type of thing, but it definitely has a feeling. There's a bit of a haunted house feeling to being in a room full of that type of stuff. But beautiful work if you see it up close, if you ever get a chance, because you can see all the detail. There's so much detail in there. But yeah, Alex Gray, similar thing. I would not be shocked if those two had crossed paths. Or, knew of each other. It would make a lot of sense to me if they were aware of each other. Because I feel like there's like a similar audience for that. It's neat stuff, though. What even started that? Oh, the Tool video thing, yeah. Yeah. There was another guy, Michael... It's so bad that I can't remember these artist names. Some artists, is it Michael Westland? Hold on, I gotta look this up now, too. Because I don't like talking about artists and not being able to direct people to them. I think it's Michael Westland. Michael Westland. That's it. Oh, well, hold on. I have to look up artist. There's more than one Michael Westland in the world, and they're not all artists. As far as I can tell. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not... No, that's not him. No, it's not Michael Westland. Don't look up Michael Westland artist. You get some weird results. What is that? Okay, don't look that up. I don't know what that... Jeez. I think he's one of the guys... Some weird results. I think he did an Alan Parsons Project album cover, which is the only reason I even know what the Alan Parsons Project is. Let's see. Ever looked... Oh, Bosch? Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? Bosch is great. This is Bosch, right? I know now some artists that were pronounced one way when I was younger. Now they've changed it. I just saw this guy's work. Yes, Bosch is awesome. Also, I would say... Okay, hold on. I feel really stupid not having this. I know I added this guy's work to my story at some point, which I hate to even say. I have to go look at my Instagram. I don't even know how to use Instagram. I don't even know where the stories stuff is. Where's the stories? Oh no. Okay. Well, anyway, no, it's not him. Hold on, I'm looking through my stuff. Oh, I did want to add that to it, though. I don't know why. It's so weird how this stuff works. Not that it matters. Tetsuo the Iron Man. What a great movie. Am I going to be able to find him? I'm going to guess I'm not going to be able to find him. Of course I'm not. I mean, I just saw this work, too. I just saw... Oh, well, whatever. He's done a couple of very, very, very well-known album covers, including one... He's definitely more of like a Simon Bisley type, I would say. Or, is it Basinski? I can never pronounce that guy's name either. The Polish kind of H.R. Giger-esque type of artist who's also done some wild stuff that's really, really great. Did I round that? Whoa. I think I rounded that too much. Where was I just a second ago? Right there. Yeah, I rounded that too much. Yeah, there's so much great art out there. Stuff that's definitely off the beaten path of what most people would encounter in a museum, but still, every bit as good. Francis Bacon, another one. Although he is at least fairly well known, which I'm happy about. But for most people, they kind of stop at like Salvador Dali, and that's as far as they're going to go, Let's see. Yeah, Giger was great. It is... One of the things that bothers me is that most people will look at a lot of Giger's work, and because it is very adult at times, they just write it off as like trash. Yet if you understood how unique his art style and ability was, like I don't know anybody else who's even close to him. It's just such a specific art style that, and then you tell them, well, you realize this is the person who designed the Alien, right? This is the person who did lots of design work on lots of movies that you probably don't even realize. I believe he did the Species Alien. If you're into First Alien, yeah. I have, I think, 7 Giger art books, including one for Alien. Multiples that have the Alien. Oh yeah, it's Dune. He did concept work for Dune. Some of his concept work for the first Alien ended up in the Prometheus film when Ridley Scott went back and did that. Like the structure where the engineers were, that alien structure when they land on the planet. That was concept art that was from either the first Alien film or it may have been Dune. It's crazy. It's insane. Like I said, the stuff he did. It's just, there's, like I said, nobody else has come close. It's just so wild and so talented. Oh yeah, go look that up. Two really wild things, specifically around the Lynch Dune. One was that Giger did a bunch of work on that, it's been published. Like some of that stuff is in the art books. You'll see it. It's the Harkonnen stuff. I don't say Harkonnen. I guess that's the official thing. No, it's the Harkonnens. It sounds so much better. I'm not okay with the retconning of how you say the Harkonnen's name. Harkonnen is a much better way to say that name than Harkonnen. Harkonnen? That sounds like you're trying to say the word hearkening and you're cutting the G off. Harkonnen sounds evil. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So yeah, there's the Dune stuff. But also look up, if you haven't, the designs for the version of Dune that Jodorowsky was going to do. So look up Jodorowsky's Dune designs and look at some of the work for that, which would have been just a lunatic film. I can't even imagine what Jodorowsky would have, or Jodorowsky, I can never quite pronounce that one right either. I can't even imagine what he would have done with that material. I mean, based on his other movies, oh boy. Oh boy, would that have been something. But there's a lot of good design work for that was done. That was not the original, the Jodorowsky one, I don't think was Giger. I think there was Mobius work in there. So Mobius did some designs because he and Jodorowsky were pals and they did a lot of work together. But then on the Lynch one, there is the Giger stuff that was concepted for that. And I know Giger did several things. So it's certainly not just those movies. He's done stuff for other... he did at least a couple album covers. One which is fairly well known, although the version of the art that they used is very censored from what the original was. Understandably. I don't like that corner at all. Doesn't look good. Gotta figure that out. Gotta round that a little bit differently. Not as much. Just soften that out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Giger was unbelievable. But like I said, most people... They will not look at much of Giger's art because, if you stumble onto the wrong piece, you're just going to think that he's just doing very, very disturbing erotic art, which sometimes he is. I mean, that's not an unreasonable description, but that's not all he did. And I think even if it was, unfortunately, most people are just going to write off his talent based on that. And that's such a underappreciation of his ability that it's a shame. It's just, I mean, it's, I get it. It's a natural reaction for a lot of people. And it's like, that's, let's see. Super inspiring. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. I mean, that's the thing is it really is amazing when you can recognize and see the effect of some of these artists that persists. And fortunately, within the creative communities, there's often a much better respect for what these people did and their talent than the wider, surface level audience will ever have. And honestly, I think many of those people would tell you that's the respect they'd want more anyway. Let's see. Why is it not popping up? Every artist. Why is it not popping up my other thing? I saw it there on the small one. Why did it not pop up? You know what? Hold on. Where's the... where did it go? I saw it popped up, and but it didn't show up in here. That's weird. I saw every artist in history, but it didn't... Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. I know where it is. Hold on. I'll find it. Here it is. Every artist in history seems to have some sort of mental issues. Yeah, Picasso, but yeah, no kidding. Well, yeah. That's an interesting topic because people have delved into that. And I don't know that that's a lot of the artists who create the most kind of unique and expressive work do seem to be a bit off. I don't know whether it's something, because then you get into the debate of, well, do you have to be a nut to be a great artist? You know, do you have to be insane to create something truly great? And I don't think that's true. I don't think it is that. But I think that it also feels to me like it's not exactly a bad thing if you do have a little bit of something wacky going on. It does seem like it does seem to generate something that other artists, you know, I mean, as an example, let me just do that while I'm thinking about this, kind of workshopping this in my head. You look at something like Rembrandt, Monet, who am I forgetting? Oh, God, who did Van Gogh, those types, right? Well, Van Gogh's probably a bad example because Van Gogh was off his rocker. But, like, the great artists of, like, the Renaissance and later, the ones who create the stuff that's, you know, these great landscapes, which, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful. Like, when, you know, see an oil painting of, like, a battleship on the ocean, it's amazing. It's amazing. The textures, the colors, all that stuff. But I feel like those artists tend to be the less warped of the artist kind of community. And the people who are way off in the weeds are the ones who create these works that are just, you know, like mental knives going into your head where you're like, whoa, I cannot understand what I'm seeing here for a second. Like, this is just so different. Right? Now that's, you know, I'm not saying it's not always the case. I don't think that that's necessarily always true. But it feels like it's often true. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that means that there is a prerequisite. Why does that look so bad? Oy. Yeah, just do it by hand. Okay, let's try this. I don't know if that means that you have to be that way, but it feels like there's something there, you know? Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's what I mean, is it's... But I would bet that there are also artists who make really whacked, disturbing, kind of out there stuff that are, you know, very, very on the face, ordinary, standard individuals that you would never peg as an artist in a million years. But, you know, they probably also, they're not the ones that are going to get the attention either, you know? So it's hard to say. I don't know. I'm not really sure on that one. So, okay, so I do want to do it where, all right, I gotta get a second layer here. Or I guess, I don't know, what layer am I on now? 45th layer. Because I want to kind of have it where these stones are cracked. Like this. So, like, these are old stone kind of tablets that kind of splinter and fracture off a bit. Have little kind of cracks coming off that I can fix those. Yeah, something like that. And I could almost, I don't know if I want to do something. I don't know if I want to do like a three-dimensional element. I don't know if I like that, but something like that, where I can then just kind of erase that out. So see, something like this, where you get the idea that these are old stone tablets. And of course I'll color them, so you would get that from the color as well, but I want the cracks there. Just like this is something that would be, you know, mounted on a wall somewhere. That's what I'm going for. That's that, right? Yeah, something like that. Well, this thing is holding up okay. What is that? Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, no, I can talk and focus at the same time. Now that I'm not looking artist names up. When I'm trying to look things up on my phone, I'm not as focused, but yeah, this is basically where I want it to be. I have the idea of it. Just gotta kind of get the lines in. Let's see, I gotta just chop that down a little bit, recolor it. Okay, an hour. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna go that much longer anyway, just because the iPad will. I mean, it is heating up. I think I got a little bit of extra time on it because the thing crashed, so it wasn't mirroring as long, and I was doing background research. So, oh, hold on a minute. Let me see here. Let me go mute for a minute because I think this is a call I'm expecting. Give me a second. All right, sorry about that. That's my wife calling me just to check in. That's what I figured. So, okay. I don't like that corner. I gotta fix that corner. That corner is not. Hold on, we gotta fix this now. Hold on, yeah, let's do this really quick. Yeah, it's just not quite right. Oh, not that brush. Use this one. A little bit more. It's just this. It's just not quite soft enough. So if I can just shave it right. A little more. Yeah, I'm much happier with that. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I didn't realize that wasn't there. So let's on the wrong layer. 44. There we go. Didn't go far enough down. All the way through. Well, that's too thick. No, I think that one is too. Hold on. I think these are too thick on the edge. No, that's still too thick. Hold on. All right, there we go. That's what I want. That's better. Perfect. Let's do this. No, I think I still went too thick on that one too. It's just where I'm starting. It's just too much. Okay, I can live with that. So let's go ahead and bring that around. Yep. And then we'll... Oh, okay, here we go. Now let's see if this works. This is not going to work, I can tell you right now. You know what? Wow. That actually worked. I did not think that angle was going to be right at all. And yet, what do you know? Okay, there we go. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Also, I'm kind of happy that the LetsView thing seems to be holding up. So, and you know what? I'll be honest, it's a lot easier using a QR code than typing in the number like I was with things. But I mean, that doesn't mean it's going to hold up. We'll have to see. But honestly, it's doing the job. It's doing what I needed to. Now, will it choke once it goes to standard def? Possibly. And I have to see what some of these other features mean. I mean, the problem here is, to be honest, it doesn't really... I mean, we will. It's not going to be too bad. I did look this up earlier because I was curious. So it's supposed to be 90... Oh, tomorrow's supposed to be 87. That's pretty good. Problem is, it's so dry here, we can't even risk having fireworks. I mean, people will, but they're lunatics because it'll be so easy for a fire to start that we're not even going to try it. Honestly, we're not. Because it's too dry. I mean, I wouldn't... And I love fireworks, but... Oh, look at what we have here. Isn't that nice? Oh, look at that. Best viewers possible. Oh, banned. Banned. Gone. Thanks for stopping by and being a moron. Appreciate your first time chat that got you banned, Autobot. I shouldn't say Autobot. That's too cool sounding for somebody who's spamming for stupid stuff. So sorry you had to see that. Actually, like you haven't seen that before. It's not like it was, somebody flashing the stream. But, yeah, I don't buy viewers dope. I can't believe people still do that. I mean, I guess if people are so desperate to try to boost their stuff, I guess they would, but not something I ever even thought about. Because that's not what my goal is. So, nope. But yeah, unfortunately, like I said here, the problem is just that it has not rained. It hasn't rained here in at least a month. But I think it's closer to 2 now, because now we're in July. And that's the thing. In California, you get to the summer, and depending on conditions, it won't rain for 3 or 4 months. So, yeah, that's the problem. It's more of that. Yeah, it is annoying. I mean, somebody must use them. They're still, so I guess people still artificially, their numbers, but not something I'm going to do. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I'm just not a person who's ever going to stream for any kind of professional thing. I think that would drive me mad, to be honest. I don't know how people do it. I really don't. I think it's just such a thing that's ripe for burnout, especially if it's for, your primary source of income. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure some people do. Some people like it. That's great. I'm not saying anything against those people. I just know I don't have that structure to do it myself. I like just doing this when I do it. I mean, I try to stick to a schedule just because, I feel like it's a courteous thing. But it's certainly not like there's any monetary upside to that. But consistency is nice for people to be able to count on it. Not that I haven't missed the days I normally do it, and I've changed them. And I've never set any kind of formal schedule I don't think. I mean, I've said generally Mondays around 6:30, but even that is very loose. Yeah, I mean, even YouTube, just creating videos. A lot of people just quit. How often have we seen videos where it's like, I'm stepping away from YouTube because of X? It's like, God, that's... And I don't like saying that because I know people who really enjoy making videos and are good at it. And it's just, ends up not working out. They end up in, chasing numbers and all the rest of it, which you have to, I guess, do if you're going to do this as a profession. But jeez. That saying, do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I don't know if that's always true. Because there are plenty of people who like making videos and do content creation, and they sure seem like they're doing a lot of work. So, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I don't know that that's always as true as people think it is. I think that's a nice aspirational thing, but I think that's also very contingent on a whole bunch of luck. Yeah, no kidding. I do minimal editing on my videos, and it's a lot of work. In fact, I'm going to be doing more again soon because I'm going to be doing a... let's see, what are we doing? I know probably next month. Oh, no, it might be this month. No, next month. I think it's next month. Next month, we're going to be recording. Doug Bielmeyer, Dr. Doug Bielmeyer and I are going to be recording some videos on David Lynch, specifically on some David Lynch films. And those are I will be editing those heavily because I want to really show off his visual style and his work and everything. And I want people to, wow, I really can't get that thing quite right how I want it. Can I? Did I get it that time? I got it that time. But I'm going to include a lot of stuff in there, which means a lot of editing. Also means, YouTube's not going to get any of that because they'll shut it right down, I think. That's fine. It'll go on Patreon. It's just, I've learned that Patreon so far is not censoring anything, either because they're aware of what fair use is and they actually understand it, unlike, say, YouTube's auto censorship bots. I shouldn't say censorship. I mean, it's just what it is. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. There's a couple of David Lynch things that I want to do. So I'm hoping that I can get them. I don't want to do them all. I'll space them out a little bit, but I do want to try. And there's going to be some scheduling trickery involved for the person I wanted to get to do it. But I'd like to do an entire discussion just on Twin Peaks, which I know it's not like anybody on the internet's ever done a discussion on Twin Peaks. So I'll be mining fresh territory there, everybody. But whatever, I don't care. I don't have an issue with doing stuff other people have done if I think it's worth discussing. And I know for myself, I never get tired. Like if I see somebody's done something on David Lynch and it looks like it's halfway well done, even though there's very little chance they're going to say anything that I don't actually already know, I'll watch it anyway. Because, whatever. I'm a fan, and that whole line's going to get redone. Yeah, this is all bad. So I'll watch it. I don't care. It's kind of like Deus Ex, the video game. I'll watch anything on Deus Ex if it looks like it is done with any degree of... Hold on, I'm just getting a line. Any degree of effort. I'll watch it. Because what do I care? I like Deus Ex. And I just like hearing people appreciate it because I think it's great. So if somebody wants to do video number 3,402 on it, guess what? They're going to get a view from me. And I don't care whether they say very similar things other people did, because unless they're literally plagiarizing, they're not going to say the same things other people did. Every person brings something new to what they're doing. So I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. But I'll be honest with you, my hand is starting to cramp up, so I think I'm going to stop it here. Plus, usually I go for an hour, I'm past that. But LetsView looks promising, so sorry about the standard def quality. It basically gives you a sample of HD to get you to buy it, but I probably will purchase this because it held up for longer than Reflector did. Now, could that change? Sure, but at least at the moment, it appears to be working, so I'm going to use this at least as a backup. Yeah. So let me do that. There we go. And I'm going to get out of here. And then, I kind of like how it does its... You know what? This LetsView thing ain't bad. I kind of like how it handles certain things. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like to do a Sekiro video essay, which, like you said, is already done 100 times, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think too many people get caught up in that. Is if you're bringing something of yourself to it, then I don't think there's anything wrong with covering the same. Do you know how much David Lynch has been covered for the last however many years, especially since Twin Peaks? everywhere. It's not like anybody's really probably going to mine new territory unless they get like an interview with his daughter or something like that. They're not going to have anything really new to say. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because everybody does bring something different to it. So I don't have any problems with that. That's okay. All right, so now the question is, how do I actually exit this thing? Oh, is it up here? No, that's not it. How do you actually close it? Oh, there it is. You have to hit the X. Yes, I'm sure I want to exit. Okay, that closed it. Perfect. Okay. Anyway, all right, I'm going to get going. So thanks for hanging out and tolerating me trying to work through the reflector issues, but I think LetsView might be a solution. At least I'm willing to try it for $30 a year. That's not a bad price. I think that's reasonable. So I think I'm going to try that out. And yeah, that's going to be it. So have a great, if you're in America and you celebrate 4th of July, have a great 4th of July weekend. If you're not in the United States and you don't celebrate 4th of July, or you already had your Canada Day, if you're in Canada, well, happy Canada Day, a little bit late. But just enjoy your weekend then. So, yeah, Chill Mode, thanks for coming by. It was fun talking to you. Yeah. All right, everybody. As I always say, find a creator that you like and support that person in whatever way you can. Small things make big differences. So it doesn't have to be money. It can just be sending that person a nice message about their work. It could be resharing their work. It could be subscribing to their channel, whatever it is that they're doing. Support it in whatever ways that you can, because it may seem like a small thing you do, but trust me, it's not to the person that you're helping out. Those people appreciate it, I promise you. And there's lots of them out there that could use that support. They might be doubting themselves. There's a whole bunch of that in the creative community where people are doubting their own ability. They could just need somebody to reach out and say, hey, I appreciate your work, just that little thing. So take the 5 minutes to do that little thing, because you just have no idea how powerful it might be. On that note, thanks for hanging out. Again, enjoy your weekend or whatever is coming up after you're doing this. And until next time, thanks for hanging out. And yeah, that's it. Take care.